what, everyone? Ha! I got my permanent contract.
Oh, government, you've made a mistake.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Hello, friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Today we're jumping into r/LegbeardStories. Hey, unfortunately is rolling down the track, but that's not what we got today. Today it is the continuation part number 3 of Babybeard, the suspended adolescence 30-year-old who just can't seem to stop making office drama, and I'm here for it. She's really pathetic, and I just really enjoy laughing at her. She's not a good person because she rocks the boat so much. So we can all laugh and not have to feel bad about it. That's pretty nice. I got some nice new art on the thumbnail. If you didn't notice, Darkly Studios over on Twitter. Yes, hooking me up. We've also got one done for Star Wars Shenanigans, which should be out in a day or so. I don't know if it's more effective than the stock photo imagery and whatnot, but I guess we'll experiment with it a little bit and find out. We could also put the beards on like t-shirts and stuff like that, which I think is pretty cool. Or maybe I'll just do the animated thumbnails for like the compilation video or something. I'm not exactly sure how to work it out just yet, but I do really like that we can throw some work Darkly Studios' way, because he is the one that made all of the character animations for the ReddX character that you see whenever I'm talking on screen. He's just a bro. Even before I hired him as an artist, he watched the channel and he's like, hey, maybe this could up your quality. And yeah, the quality has been upped quite significantly over the months that we've been doing this. And I thank everybody out there for their input. It's just such a difference if you watch the first videos and then the current ones. Yeah, it's quite a jump. So thank you guys all so much for supporting and making it possible. Let us go ahead. We'll get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way before I ramble too much. And then we will dive right into some of this LegbeardStories cringe. A loathsome, lazy Legbeard. Chapter 3. Surprises, sadness, and soap. Yeah, Legbeard using soap would be a surprise. Probably make him pretty sad too. You know what? I think I got this whole episode all figured out already. No, we'll have to see how it goes. Good evening, sweet cringe lovers. Good evening to you, Little Ann Woods, moderator in the Discord. Extreme contributor of this channel. We are in your debt. It has been, not very long, but I got off work early and I'm bored. So I thought I'd drag you down with me further into the belly of the beard. I mean, there's lots of tendies and do. It is a veritable land of milk and honey mustard. The Babybeard, of course, yes. I don't really have much else to say, so onwards into the cast list we go. We got Woodsy, that's me, ROP, 24 turning 25, 5 foot nothing, having a hard time standing up for myself and hiding behind sarcasm, and let's face it, also silent submission, but do not worry because even I have my limits. Everybody's got a breaking point. I think I also mentioned that in Hulkbeard. That's like one of my favorite parts, is when the OPs have finally had enough and go over the tipping point. Sometimes it takes a long time, like unfortunately. Sometimes it comes out a lot faster. But one thing that I do know is eventually the OP will lay the truth down quite flat. Although it doesn't happen yet, of course. But soon! Maybe. I was just trying to survive my first few months at a new job, trying to get along with everyone, as I am prone to do, hyper-focusing on the job, and thus, kinda going overboard. Yeah, but that's what made you good at the job. You were absorbing things around you. Babybeard was treating it like a social gathering. She's like, yeah, I got this contract, whatever. And that's why I don't think she lasts more than the 3 months or whatever it was in her contract. Babybeard, yes, the chunky wannabe mama looked like she bought up the antique thrift shop and only kept clothes that were so old that you had to brush the remains of the last inhabitant out of them with an archaeology brush. Yeah, that paints a picture. She had a jaw that would make Quagmire blush, and an attitude so loud that even her lips had run away from it. From day one, Baby had decided that
She did not like me.
but also decided apparently that I was gonna be her best friend for some reason. Yeah, just understand, Woozy, she's not very popular, alright? She's gotta glom onto somebody, and I guess it's you, unfortunately. She would put me down and laugh in my face, and then sweetly ask me for help with stuff that she really should have learned by now, or regale me with her tragic backstory. Truth be told, I don't even need any backstory. Just watching this woman exist is tragic enough. Lady is a nice introverted coworker that sat with me in the front office. Sweet lady, loved gossip and drama, but would never start anything. I don't know if I 100% believe that, but I'm gonna let you have that one. We also got Tom, my supervisor, also very quiet and introverted. Tom was one of those people that was highly intelligent and had made promotions very quickly because of his intellect, and then realized that his promotion came with an expectation of people skills. He would rather bury his head in the sand and pretend that his coworkers didn't exist, especially when people weren't getting along. He did have like this passive-aggressive kind of thing in the last episode. Oh, the last episode, yeah, down in the description, as usual. Of course. Tom was pretty heroic in the last one, if I do say so myself. But I suppose that's not a regular occurrence. Finally, we got Agatha, a 60-year-old lady, very sweet and kind, albeit a bit old-fashioned. Kind and gentle, but a bit of a gossip. I mean, depending on what she's gossiping about, kind and gentle can go out the window, right? I got my beady eye on you, Agatha. If anyone else comes up, I'll just introduce him in the story. And now, a bit of Shakespearean prose regarding Babybeard, I suppose. O Legbeard, Legbeard, wherefore art thou, Legbeard? Deny thy faults, and refuse thy blame. Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my baby, and I'll no longer be a co-worker. 'Tis but thyself that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a friend. What's friend? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a beard. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a beard, by any other name would smell as bad. And so, Babybeard would, were she not Babybeard called, retain that dear imperfection which she owes without that title. Babybeard, doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, go away. That makes me feel classy as hell, man. I guarantee you that Babybeard would doff her name and become somebody else if she could. But like you said, a beard by any other name. She's kind of stuck with where she is, and unfortunately she hasn't quite come to terms with that, even after 30 years on this planet. You almost want to feel bad for her until she starts stirring the pot. Anyways, it is chapter 3. Surprises, sadness, and soap. Where last we left off, with the help of Tom, I gained a small victory against Babybeard. She left me alone for a little while, but of course, that would not last long. In the coming months, I could notice that a lot of the information my coworkers gave did not coincide with the information that some of the other coworkers were giving. When I asked for a handbook or any kind of tool that would show me what the correct way to do things was, they told me that it didn't exist. Now, I'm a very precise person. I hate it when something isn't perfect, I'm well aware that this is a character flaw, but it usually does come in handy in the workplace. I tend to hyper-focus on work, especially when I start somewhere. Why? I got no idea. I'm just kind of wired that way. So one day I decided that if there was no handbook for new people to learn all the laws and how to apply them, then I would be the one to write it. Oh, Woodsy wrote the book on this job, let me tell you. I don't know if being a precise person necessarily fits in with the running of government. Yeah, sure, they got laws and procedures, but who pays attention to those old things? Unless the OSHA director is coming through or something like that. Did they have OSHA training in government? I mean, probably not in Belgian government. I should be shocked and horrified about the fact that they don't have a handbook, but after all that I have heard about this job, this work environment, I really can't be. And Woodsy out here reaching above and beyond her pay grade. So, I mean, tip of the hat, not a fedora. And so I did. I wrote it and I put it up on the communal hard drive. That way, everyone could use it when they had a question. Why did I do this? Well, in my search to find answers, I'd become a bit of an encyclopedia of everything that went on in the front and back office. Everyone had their own tasks, and I was apparently now the only one that knew, quote-unquote, everything. I wrote it down, that doesn't mean I remembered it. But because of this, coworkers kept bothering me with questions that they should be teaching me. Close enough for government work, Woodsy. Coworkers just did not want to learn something that they didn't already know, and they'd rather just ask someone else to do it for them. Every single time. Yeah, you made yourself kind of a spectacle at this point, I guess. Oh, God, that sucks. And I guess since they've been there longer, you feel a little more obliged. You're like, okay, I'm not just going to tell you, go look it up on the friggin' file that I put on the communal hard drive. I'll just hold your hand for a little bit. When really you should shame them. Shame them that they don't know their job. It's fine. Why isn't that written into the social contract? I'm going to add an addendum because it definitely should be. So I made the handbook and no one used it. Ever. A few years later, someone would be hired just to make a handbook, like the one that I had made. She asked me if she could borrow it as a source material, and then proceeded to make some minor alterations and put her name under it. Yay. God, I hate it. I would have deleted it out of spite, ripped it off the hard drive, and kept it in my own email for future reference. I bet she got paid pretty nicely, too, to change the name on the cover of this manual. I do feel bad for you, Woodsy, but goddamn, sometimes this is what you get for punching above your weight class, you know? We were talking in the Discord a little bit a couple days ago. Woodsy said that people would often tell her that she needed to work slower, otherwise there wouldn't be enough work for everybody. And doesn't that just put everything into perspective? I think that's how it is in most government jobs. That's definitely how it was in the Navy. Whatever, you finish your work super early, I guess go mop the floor or something. So we just stand around with the mops and talk for another 3 hours until we finally got to go home. You don't think I wouldn't have liked those 3 hours back for myself? But no, we're under contract. I guess that's a really long tangent. I'm not gonna get into that right now. Anywho, I also used the handbook to get rid of Baby, who had kept up her constant shifting, from making fun of me one second and being very sweet the next when she needed me to help her. Now I would often say, "Have you checked the handbook?" But then she'd whine and cry that
She didn't get it.
until I helped her. Let me ask you something. What is your reading level? How poor is your comprehension that you can't understand a literal handbook which was specifically written to be understood by everybody? Again, shame her. It's fine. I guess it's a little less fine, considering the fact that you're going after her intelligence instead of how long she's actually had the job. But she has come after your intelligence, so I say tit for tat. That's fair play. Go ahead, get the claws out. Let me see them. A fun little anecdote here is that Babybeard was forced to have a new ID card made because her autograph was literally just the first letter of her name, and it wasn't even a difficult letter. Yeah, B. Oh no, that's probably not what it actually is. When she protested, Stinky Beard made all of us recreate her autograph and then asked her to pick out her own, and she couldn't. Yeah, that's some forgery right there. Why don't you take a little bit of pride, flourish your signature. I definitely have a signature that I use 100% of the time. I think I've been using it since like 8th grade or something like that. I remember sitting down in 8th grade and working out how I wanted my signature to look because I wanted to be a big professional or something like that. You can see how that didn't work out at all. But at least I got a cool signature out of it, right? So that was sadness, I guess. Now we're into surprises. So let us now fully start our story. Yeah, I guess that wasn't it. It was just the manual. Almost 3 months after my first day, Babybeard was off the training wheels, and the drama from the last story had more or less subsided. I came into the office like usual. The first half of the day went quiet and calm. Thank God. Just before lunch, Babybeard was called to HR to talk about her ending contract. Oh Lord, it's over. Put her out on the streets. I'll see you later. Have a nice life. But it's probably not over. That's why it's a surprise, isn't it? I thought nothing of it. And when lunch arrived, I took out a bag of sweets for my coworkers in the death squad, in the Office of Marriage, and a cheesecake that I had made for my direct coworkers. I gathered my coworkers in the front office and gave everyone a piece. When I was about done handing them out, only 2 pieces remained. One for me and one for Babybeard. I was just about to serve myself when Babybeard stomped in. Each foot went a different direction as she loudly let her presence be known. Babybeard,
Guess what, everyone? I got my permanent contract.
oh, government, you've made a mistake.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
But it's just the most recent in a long list of mistakes, I guess. So yeah, let's roll with it. She grinned from ear to ear, and the little line that passed for her lips disappeared completely, displaying her coffee-stained teeth. She waddled up to me and grinned very sardonically. That's so nice. I started.
I got my permanent contract, and you don't. I guess we all know who's appreciated around here and who isn't. Ooh, cake.
Ooh.
Yeah, she got her priorities straight, all right. I did come in here to dunk on you about the contract, which yours hasn't even expired yet. You know Woodsy's gonna get a permanent contract, goddammit. She wrote the book on this job. And in the middle of insulting her, she's just like, oh, the fat kid in me can't help but go completely off the rails. She took my plate out of my hand and took the first piece.
One for me.
She plopped the second piece onto her plate.
And another one to congratulate me.
And she left. Bro, I will go slap both of those fucking pieces of cake right out of your goddamn hands. I feel so bad for you, OP. God damn, how could you let this one slide? No, sir. If I can't have my cake that I made, then nobody's gonna have it. This is why you immediately lick your finger, or, stick your finger in the cake or something like that.
My turn.
I just stood there with my fork in my hand. That was my piece, I murmured quietly, to no one in particular. Holy God! I feel so bad for OP. How could this happen? I mean, I already hated Babybeard, but you know she did this on purpose. Cheesecake ain't even that great on your second piece. You have one and you're like, wow, that was filling and delicious. And then you get into the second piece and you're like, this is cloying. I feel like a fucking monster eating 2 pieces of cheesecake. What are you doing, Babybeard? Be it a beard, I guess. Ugh. We all just stood there for a while, in silence. They all looked at me with such pity, which didn't help the tears that I felt prickling behind my eyes. Aw, Woodsy. You can have my cake. Actually, I'm a fat kid. We could split my cake. How's that? Well, that was rude, Agatha eventually exclaimed. Lady turned to me and gently said, want me to tell her that she took your piece? I tried to shrug it off and smiled, convincing no one. No, don't worry about it. I hadn't really counted myself in when I made it, so no big deal, I guess. Go slap it out of her hand and call her fat right now. We don't tolerate this. God, I guess I'm like the devil on Woodsy's shoulder, aren't I?
Don't listen to that sissy. Grab a beer and watch the game. Yeah, that sounds good.
I should be like, oh, turn the other cheek. It's not worth it. But I'm like, no, vengeance now. OP excuses herself and tried to walk at a normal pace to the toilet. I closed it and I started sniffling like a little girl. It's a tactic that I had perfected in high school. Whatever they do or say to you, never let them see you cry. But here I sat on my birthday crying in the toilet because of some office bully. At that moment, I felt so small, so insignificant. Like the progress that I had made since then had led to nothing. I worked my ass off and nobody even seemed to notice. I let myself spiral for a little while, and I felt that every word Babybeard had said to me was probably true. Why did it hit me that hard? Why at that very moment? I don't really know. I know a lot of people don't see their birthday as a big thing, but for reasons that I'm not gonna get into, it is a very special day for me. It's my day, and now it was her day. After I'd wallowed enough in my own self-pity to the point that even Bella Swan would gag, I picked myself back up, smiled at my reflection, and went on with my day. It may have felt like I'd been gone for a half hour, but in actuality, I'd only been gone about 5 minutes. Jesus, OP, just being the picture of grace right there. I do feel super bad for you. You should be able to celebrate your birthday however you want. I know I often say that my birthday doesn't matter to me, but if yours matters to you, then good on you. Hold on to that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the truth is that I'm not the devil on Woodsy's shoulder. Maybe the truth is that she is the angel on my shoulder. It's her and Greenie sitting up there like, hey, ReddX, let it go. Be the bigger person here. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, girls. I'm just gonna walk away. And then I start to walk away and I actually turn around and sucker punch him. Yeah! I picked my own path. Now, for anyone who's feeling sorry for me at this point, don't worry. I mean, I can't help myself. I feel for you. This part of the story would make me feel sorry for any OP, but especially Woodsy. She's a sweetheart. So why should we not worry? Well, because my boyfriend's mom had made a 3-tier cake for me and my new roommates when I got home. So I ate cake for like a week and it was delicious. See, karma, it always works out. The universe has a plan for the thing that's happening. Proud of you for taking the high road, but I don't think that I would have done it. I would have made that old lady cry. Anywho, Turns out that Babybeard only got a permanent contract because no temporary ones were available. And the only choices were letting her go or the permanent contract. And we were severely understaffed. Yeah, but does Babybeard actually do anything anyways? Let her go. That's fine. Woodsy's gonna pick up the slack for everybody. Not that that's how I want it to be, but from the conversation we had, it sounds like there isn't enough work to even go around the office even when it's understaffed. I don't know, man. Seems like a mistake, but again, the government making mistakes and I'm supposed to act like I'm shocked. That's just kind of how it goes around here. Oh, now we're into the sadness section. The cake stealing wasn't the sadness? Oh boy, this isn't gonna go well. After the way that Babybeard had behaved on my birthday, she lost a lot of my coworkers' trust. Even people that had thought that I was the bully now started to realize that things might not be exactly how they had seemed. Babybeard didn't help the situation by doing a complete 180 to everyone and turning from a willing, helpful girl into a lazy, cocky miscreant. Miscreant. That's a great word. I gotta put that back into my rotation. She also started telling people,
The plan!
what is,
The plan!
you might ask? I gotta say it like that every time now. Well, dear readers, Babybeard had concocted a plan. See, it's not capitalized, and it doesn't say the, so I don't have to say it with the voice. It's just a plan that would make sure that she would never have to work another day in her life. Is she actually working? It seems to me like she just sits around with her thumb up her butt and gets paid for it. And she doesn't even thumb her own butt in the difficult way, like a porn star does. Sex work is real work. She does it at her own speed, and I ain't paying for that. Maybe we should cut that out. I'll leave it as fine. See, for starters, despite her appearance, Babybeard's mother was apparently loaded. She would often scoff at my outfits, which I had had since I was 13. I mean, not my fault that they still fit. Her fiance, according to her, had
A very high-paying job!
and Babybeard,
Wanted to contribute in her own way.
Babybeard was going to have children. Oh no, not reproduction, not the beards, why? It's definitely a contribution to society, but probably not in the way that you think. Gotta keep those jails at max capacity one way or the other, don't ya? Although it is Belgium, so I don't think they have the same prison industrial complex that the US does. And it's not necessarily a given that the kids are gonna be awful just because their mother is awful. We don't know anything about the dad except for the fact that he can't fix a bicycle. So I guess I don't actually know what's going on, but it's fun to theorize, at the very least. Babybeard's plan started as soon as she got her permanent contract. She'd get pregnant. She would go on pregnancy leave, which was paid for by the job. She would have the baby. She'd go on maternity leave, still all paid by the workplace. And by the time she'd have to go back to work, she'd be pregnant again and redo the cycle. Oh yes, become a breeding cow for your job. Oh no, this is the worst fate ever. How long can this go on? Please say it ain't so. Please say she found out she's infertile or something like that. And since you can't fire someone while they're pregnant, she would use the system to live off the government without ever lifting a finger. Bro, I take the hit. You go ahead and sue me. I ain't playing this game. After 4 children, she would get enough benefits from the government that she'd be able to quit her job and live comfortably. God, I hope those kids make your life a living hell, Babybeard. I got 2 kids. I got a 3rd one on the way in a couple months. We probably will have a 4th at some point, but I gotta admit, it is a lot to handle. I'm exceedingly lucky that I get to stay home, help my wife out with the kids. But I have seen my sister-in-law. She has 5 kids, and guess what? She drops 2 of them off permanently at grandma's house. So, it's not a situation for everybody, I'm pretty sure. She don't even know if she likes kids. This is just part of some grand scheme. God, I feel so bad for the kids already. These children that don't exist, and hopefully will never exist. Nobody deserves Babybeard for a mother. Oh, God. You might have guessed that this did not endear her to the rest of her coworkers. Yeah, why would she even talk about this? What an idiot. So, when on one wonderful morning this gem happened, sympathy was not easily found. It had been raining a lot, and citizens dragged a lot of water in and out of the office. Babybeard got up from her desk in the front office to put away some files and slipped on the wet floor. Are we sure that this isn't the actual plan and the other plan was just a diversion? She's like,
I just have to break my ass. Hold on.
She fell forward and landed with her armpit right into a chair. Yeah, you're doing it wrong. You're supposed to follow your butt. What are you, stupid? I mean, never mind. Yeah, obviously you are. I have to admit, it did look rather painful, and I had half gotten up to help when, after a few seconds of silence, Babybeard dropped to her knees in the middle of the office, surrounded by both citizens and coworkers, and started crying. Yeah, Babybeard, I get it. She was screaming bloody murder, like only a toddler that had fallen and noticed her mommy crying would. And honestly, I couldn't help it. This image of a grown woman that now slumped to the right and was literally screaming for her mommy on the floor was just hilarious. Yes, take your vengeance now, OP. I let out a small chuckle, and I wasn't the only one. After 2 men from the back office had, with some effort, lifted her up and brought her again into the back office, it fell quiet again. Agatha broke the silence with this amazingly accurate remark. God forbid she ever has a kid. When it'll start crying, she'll just lay down right next to it and join in. Agatha's a savage, dude. Honestly, I wish that it would have been more than a chuckle. I wish we would have had uproarious laughter in the office, pointing and scream laughing to the point where she runs out. She's embarrassed and we never see her again. But I suppose that's a bit too much to hope for, and of course we don't want the story to end just yet. So yeah, let's just enjoy her misery for a minute. Of course, Babybeard was completely fine. She had a teeny tiny bruise on her armpit, and that was it. All that noise and complaining and demanding to be served by her coworkers for the rest of the day. All for fucking nothing. They had even almost called an ambulance. Yeah, I think she's really just taking advantage of this situation. Notice how the story doesn't say that she started screaming immediately. No. She went into the middle of the office, dropped onto her knees, and then made a spectacle of herself. You'd think that she would have some shame. Is this not like the most horribly embarrassing thing to do to yourself? You made this conscious decision? Why? I just don't get it. So you can be brought coffee by your coworkers for the rest of the day? Oh yeah, that's worth sacrificing your dignity, isn't it? Oh God. I just hate her more with every passing story. And the third mini story of this part number 3, I suppose, is, of course, soap. We're about 6 months into my first year now. I had also received my permanent contract, to Babybeard's chagrin, but fortunately for me, She had her thought concentrated on the upcoming wedding. Oh, that poor guy. Does he even know what he's getting himself into? Ugh. There's a million fine-looking women in the world, man, but not all of them will bring you lasagna at work. But on the plus side, a lot of them are not Babybeard, so maybe just pick one of them. You don't need lasagna. Jesus. She kept asking me to go to lunch with her, and every time I would find a way to tell her, no. Except for one day when she cornered me in the cafeteria, took my sandwich from me, and took it to a table, forcing me to sit with her. How dare you manhandle my food, bro? She is an office bully. This is so ridiculous. I know something social contract, you can't take the sandwich and still go sit somewhere else, but I would. She's obviously not respecting the social contract either. Tit for tat, as I say. But OP didn't do that. She sat with Babybeard, and Babybeard spent the entire time talking about herself and her upbringing. Oh, fascinating. Her mother was, according to her,
a manipulating monster that wasn't invited to the wedding because she tried to manage everything.
Oh, now we know where Babybeard gets it from. That's pretty elucidating, I guess. Her mother
did nothing but berate her and put her down. Her mother would throw tantrums if she didn't get her way, and she'd make snide remarks until people gave in.
Bro, I'm learning so much now. It's all falling into place. All right, I definitely filed this one away for later. I want to talk about it at the end. The more Babybeard talked, the more I understood exactly where it is that she learned her crappy behavior. But as my roommate once told me, it might explain her behavior, but that doesn't mean that it excuses it. Damn, nailed it down. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it at the end because Woodsy said everything that I wanted to say much more succinctly than I could ever say it. Well played. One day, Babybeard flashed her hand a few centimeters from my face. Given the fact that this was Lavender's favorite move, I was already annoyed when I looked up at her. "What can I do for you, Babybeard?" I grumbled. She kept waving her hand in front of my face.
Look!
She exclaimed. Oh God, I'm working. Please leave me alone. I looked at the meaty hand that was waving in front of me and realized that she was showing me her ring. "Oh, your wedding ring?" I asked, really completely uninterested.
Yes!
She basically screamed in my ear.
They were made yesterday! Look at the diamond! Oh!
I really would rather be working. I don't even like work, but I like it more than interacting with you. It was a pretty cute ring. I admit that, and so I told her so.
It's so much prettier than yours! Yours doesn't even have a diamond!
She screeched as she tried to grab my arm. Oh, God. How did we not know that this is exactly where it was going? I moved my hand out of her reach and said, "That's because this is not a wedding ring. It's an heirloom that I got from my grandmother. That's why it's on my middle finger." And then you should probably show her the ring really close on which finger it is. There you go. Do you see it? Nice and close, stupid? Do you get it now? Now get the fuck away from my desk. God, the vitriol for Babybeard's really growing. I want to bite her nose off in defense of Woodsy. My ring is the only piece of jewelry that I always wear. My grandmother inherited some gold from her grandmother, who inherited that, and etc., etc. My grandmother inherited some gold from her grandmother, who also inherited it, and etc., etc. When my grandmother got it, she thought that the pieces were ugly, and sold most of it. But for my 16th birthday, she let me pick out a ring from a catalog, and had it made from the existing gold, so I'll always have a piece of my lineage with me. So when Babybeard sneered at it, I did not take it too kindly. And then ReddX appears on Woodsy's shoulder. Yes, slay her where she stands. Skulls for the skull god, blood for the blood throne, or something like that.
Wanna trade?
Babybeard suddenly asked. What? Why? I asked.
I want to see if it fits you, and I want to see if yours fits me.
Mine will not fit on your fucking meat hooks. I told you to go back to your office, Babybeard. She's gonna swoop your ring, dude. Do not do this ever in life. You know how this woman is by this point already. I was 100% certain that my ring would not fit this block of woman. I love that description. Not only was she at least 6 inches, 15 centimeters, taller than me, she was also literally double my weight. Very reluctantly, I took off my ring and traded with her. Oh God, please just let me go back to work. I don't want to play anymore. I looked her straight in the eyes as I put her wedding ring on my thumb. I turned my hand down and let it fall onto my desk. I don't think it fits, I said, smiling. Calling her fat, really, is what you're doing. I see a little bit of that vitriol peeking out. You go ahead, OP, you get it where you can get it. My smile fell very quickly when I beheld what was happening before me. Babybeard was forcefully trying to get my ring onto her pinky. What are you doing? I tried to take my ring back from her, but my desk was between us and she stepped backwards. It clearly doesn't fit. You're gonna get it stuck, Babybeard.
If it fits you, then it'll fit me,
she growled as she gave the ring a final push and lodged it behind her last knuckle bone. Oh, P. I told you where this was going, man. Why you didn't want to listen to me? She waved it triumphantly and then tried to get it off. She started pulling at her finger, getting more and more hysterical.
It's not going off,
she cried.
You and your stupid toddler mitts.
You and your stupid toddler brain, Babybeard. I hate everything about this. This whole situation should never have happened. She started crying as she tugged. That's her favorite move, isn't it? And I got up from my desk and tried to help her. She pushed me and I fell flat on my ass as she ran past me. She started opening closets until she found what she was looking for. A pair of pliers. Bro, you are going to warp that gold ring out of shape. I will cut your stupid fat pinky off before I ever let you destroy my heirloom ring. Come on, OP, chop chop. Time to take action here. My heart stopped and I felt all the blood drain from my face. She had a very satisfied look on her face, and for a second I wondered why there was a pair of pliers in the closet of the front office. Then I jolted up from the floor and grabbed her wrist. I wrung the pliers out of her hand and dragged her to the restroom, ignoring her screaming,
Woodsy, you're hurting me.
Well, it's that toddler mitten strength for you. I yanked her hand into the sink and basically drained the soap in the automatic dispenser as I lathered her entire fat hand with it. Then I carefully and as patiently as my panicked mind would allow, I freed my ring from her skin folds. Then I rinsed it thoroughly, holding it tightly so I wouldn't lose it in the drain. I dried it off and I put it back in its rightful place. My precious bitch.
My precious bitch.
I love it. Babybeard, who had been too shocked by my sudden brute response, now started crying again. Oh, boo friggin' who? I almost destroyed your ring with a pair of pliers because I'm a fucking idiot. Don't tell me with fat, meaty mitts like that you never had a ring stuck on your finger before, alright? I think I said in the last episode to just hit her with a verbal brick. And then she starts crying and you just keep hitting her until she stops crying and moving.
This is all your fault!
She screamed.
You and your baby hand! You Lilliputian! If you look like an actual adult, this wouldn't have happened! You stupid dwarf!
God, it is so obvious that Babybeard is super uncomfortable with Little Ann Woods being petite. Because, you know, Babybeard looks like a fucking rock golem or something like that. How you look like the Thing from Fantastic Four. Just walking around in a mothball covered sundress or whatever the hell it is. Sometimes I'm very witty. Sometimes I just have the right way to answer someone. But when I'm nervous or panicked or flustered, I give the world these precious gems. I'm not a dwarf. My parents are just tiny people. Good job, Woodsy. Dad'll teach her. Yeah, sometimes a statement of fact is all it takes. Good Lord. This was a very long post. I'd apologize, but the truth is I had way too much fun writing it. I hope y'all enjoyed today's chapter, because there are more to follow. More shenanigans, and dare I say it, maybe even some backbone. Find out in the next chapter. We've met a lot of derpy beards on this channel, but I don't know, this one is in the top 10 derpiest. Trying to remove a ring with pliers, telling the entire office about her genius plan to get pregnant and live off government benefits forever. How did she fool people is what I want to know. Did she really act that nice until she got the permanent contract? And then as soon as she signed on the dotted line, the mask came all the way off. First thing she did, march into the staff kitchen and steal Woodsy's cheesecake. Oh, I still think you should have slapped it on the floor, dude. I'm not going to tolerate anything like that. I can't have it. Guess what? You can't freaking have it either. The floor can have it. Now make yourself useful and clean it up, Babybeard. The janitor shouldn't have to deal with your mess. Honestly, I could be a real asshole if I feel like it. Best friend or worst enemy? You decide. I guess it shouldn't come as too much of a surprise for people that watch the channel. They've seen both sides of me. And both sides do make an appearance every so often. Happy, bubbling, fun-loving versus vitriolic, revenge-filled, hateful. Really, it's on you. However you act, you are deciding how I'm going to act towards you. There are also a lot of situations where I have, like, you know, non-interventionist policy. Just, okay, whatever. You're not bugging anybody, then I'm not gonna bug you. But when it comes to cheesecake, bro, I will hunt you down. I'm not even joking. You think I got to be this big of a boy by letting people mess with my food? No, sir. It is unfortunate that Babybeard is officially a permanent installation in the office, but maybe not 100% permanent. Maybe she shot herself in the foot by going around telling everybody about the plan. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Currently, there's only 6 parts of the story, but I hope that you guys will come back, join me for part 4 so we can all see what happens. I hope that you'll also like, comment, and or subscribe, you know, super important. Maybe share the video around. That's a super big brain play too. We've also got all kinds of links down in the description, podcasts and playlists and plugs. Oh my. We've also got my social medias, of course, Twitter, Discord, Facebook, hooray! There's also my Patreon, and my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons. I'd like to thank them very much, as I do every episode, so thank you!
Robert Waits, Camille Sarah, Logan Wolf, Conrad Ingy, Captain Clown, Jerry Hong Kong, Aaron W, Twisted Child, Sarah Ruana Wash, Cinnamon Susie, For Old Lang Syne, Fire Drake, Irary wants to change the name but is too proud of the Jerry spelling. Give us some suggestions in the comments if you would. Jerry the Pirate, yar. Silent Revolver, the original Jerry, Jerry's Kitsune, Satori, 211 Jerry, the return of Jerry, a jury of jubilantly juggling Jerrys, a Justy Jargonian Jerry. What if it was all J names from now on? Oh boy, that's the longest tongue twist you ever seen. Alunia Demonista, Althea Blue, Anunnaki, Assassin Pug Jerry, Bang Bang, Atheist Jerry, he's so euphoric, Aurora Wildheart, Bailey Joy, Bearded Jerry, watch out for that guy, Bitch Gremlin, Blade the Hero, Blip Bloop Jerry, Commander J Tank, Confederate Jew. I don't know why that gets me. Dayton Can't. Bro, why you gotta throw me $5 a month just to make me sad? You know, I'm not just a clown up here. I got feelings too, all right? Dennis Dayton, Dinosaur Nightlight, Disposable Waifu, Dr. Larks, Emergent Jewel, Aaron Lennox, fell down this pipe running from a walking mushroom thing with eyes. I ended up in an attic. It smelled like marbles in here. It was Mr. J. Smells like marbles. Frozen Over Studios, Gypsy, Adrian BR. I can't help falling in love with Jerry. Jerry. I'm Slim Jerry. Yes, I'm the real Jerry. Oh, you want the Slim Jerrys are just imitating. Soon I'm gonna have to sing the whole patron list. Irish Pirate, top of the barn into ya. Itchy Nuts, just scratch him, bro. A Pimp named J Crisp. Yes, you have to say the whole thing. J.M. Kuhn, Jennifer Schaefer, Jerry Smith Barber to Services. I still don't know what that means. Jerry Blacktail, Jerry Nice, Jerry Evil, Jerry the Outlaw Mother Trucker, Hong Kong. Jerry was a race car driver, but my super's in the shop, so he stays undefeated. That's all right. I know you get back on the road real soon. John Hero, John Jerry Jingleheimer Schmidt. Oh my God, that's actually my name too. Not a lot of people know that. Simbufa, because if you're boofing, it's free. Judge Jerry, I am the beard. KJW, Kajow, Crew Heat, Miss Monday, Lord Jerryo, Lady Dix, who is still a Jerry, just a boring one. Marble Cake Jerry, Melgar the Destroyer, Metal Vector, definitely not Arthur Henry. I've never heard of that guy. Mr. Carrot 797, Mikola Demikiev, aka Vegan Jerry, Natari, Nightmare Jerry, Origami Jerry Steve, Patron Saint of Chicken Nuggies, Saint Jerry, Phantom of the Pines, Jerry Kinson, Jerry Beth, Ramside Lacromates, Rose Jerry Miller, TSM Kirby, Sarita the Lolita, Saucy Octopus, Silo Imp, slipped on a marble and into the neckbeard world. Welcome to my world. Staples, aka Jerry Yeats, Stephanie Goodner, Synaptic Boomstick, Brilliant Tomago, Teddy the Police, 10-Ton Monster, The One True Fusky, Tom, oh, but it's the Jerry on the inside that counts, Church, Viking Jerry, WikiTac, hey, welcome to the fold, friend, Will Mags, Comrade Mooney, Kira, you're a wizard, Jerry, Redwind, Naga Viper, Side Jerry the Cyborg, Saint's Blessing, a normal Jerry, Yam, Jam, you know I worship typos, God of misspelling. I understood what you meant, that's the magic of it. Hunter of Jerry's, Devourer of all things tasty, it is Tom, because Tom and Jerry never get along. Admiral T, Tank, Emerald Alder, and Unfortunate Nookie Survivor, yeah, we know her, that's Greenie. Atomic Jerry Zilla, Breaker of the Tom Army, AZ, Babsy Coon, Barbushka's Radiator Jam, Bartender Kelia, Blue Dubs, Broken Spine Horseradish, the original different Jerry, this cake Jerry, California Jerry Girl, Chevron 7 Locked, Corporal Admiral Princess Furry Warrior Woo Jerry, Crib Titties, Defon Jerry, Dopamine Dangerous, because we got an OD, Electrical Fennec, I gave her both inches. And then she asked if I had any single friends. Yeah, I got friends in the single digits, if that's what you're talking about. Ghost of Alpha, Heeknot, HMT Mayor, Holy Berry Jerry, Hydra Jerry Solmans, yeah. Carrying on the legacy. Janitor Jerry. Where do all these marbles keep coming from? It's a conspiracy. Jeffrey, Geralt of Rivia. Jerry and Tom versus Happy New Year's Webby Apocalypse. Jerry the Sussy Baka. Jerry's mom has got it going on. Jerry Aldo Rivera. Jerry Bean. Jerry Roxers. Jerry's STI pit maneuver the bear to save the marbles. Oh, that's where they came from. Jerry role-playing game featuring the obligatory furry player character, Freddy Fazbear. Oh no! I'm exiting this game post-haste. Judge Jerry and Executioner, Kid Marvelous, King Tom, Smasher of Jerry Zillas, Kitzikin, Life of a Guardian, Little Ann Woods, Lucian Lovecraft, Machia, CD. Maybe next time, Milkfed, give Miss Duchess, not Invisible Angel. I see you. One leg Jerry wants to be a pirate. Oh, join the crew, me hearty. Or get me Cam. Ghosty, Raptor Out. She's my Jerry Pie. Go drink a Mountain Dew, what a big surprise. Cringe so good, make a grown man cry. Sweet Jerry Pie. Sheep Jerry, Snom Jerry, that's Snary, if you didn't know. Spoonie the Rogue, Spoopy Scary Jerry Ton, Techno Dubs, the Gaslighting Jerry. Hey, help me, I'm the real Red. Terry stole my channel. Yeah, you didn't know what to do with it anyways. I got this. The Necro Jerry Con, the original Jerry, not. To Infinite Jerry and beyond, definitely. Tuna Fish Jerry managed to escape from Admiral Tom's tuna cannery. Keep running. Tom promise Jerry swears. Oh, no bad Jerry's. Tom Giggle Boy, just fact, no Swiss. This place nice. Go look it up. Redbeard story, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And also, thank you to my $1 patrons. Oh my goodness.
Oh, my wonderful patrons, keeping me afloat during the dark months on YouTube, which is January and February. Thank you guys so much for helping me out. If some more people would like to sign up on the Patreon, I would be hugely appreciative. But if you can't do it right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you'll come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, You need to keep yourself safe out there. Wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like watching some more ReddX videos. That's cool. All cool kids is doing it. I hope that you guys will always remember, of course, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely 100% deserve it. I shall see you in the next one, and until then, friends, bye-bye.